Hi, my name is Sayara. I'm in 6th grade at Rivers Elementary School. I want to know, why did George Washington not want to be king of the United States of America?
Why didn't George Washington want to become king at the end of the American Revolutionary War? Well, he didn't fight the war to become a king. He fought the war to redress their complaints against Parliament, against the Crown, and to create an independent United States. And of course, one of the reasons they decided to fight for independence of the United States was the very persuasive arguments made by Thomas Paine in the book Common Sense, which came out in January of 1776. It was a phenomenon, a bestseller. And what it did was it argued about the stupidity of hereditary power, that is, power that comes based on who your parents were. So if you are born a prince, then you become king and your children become king. That was seen to be a foolish way to govern a people, that people should be able to choose their leaders and choose the best leaders so that they can govern themselves. And so these ideas were very much a part of why the Americans were fighting for independence to begin with. And so George Washington, at the end of the war, believed in that very much, that it was up to the people to choose how they would rule themselves. And so he, at the end of the war, resigned his commission in the military and returned as a private citizen to George Washington's Mount Vernon. It was an extraordinary act when he did it, because in so many other great revolutions and wars, the military leaders took over. They took over power. But George Washington didn't believe that. He believed that the people could choose, and that it was a great experiment that they were embarked upon, the idea that people could choose their own leaders. And so by giving up power, George Washington became famous in the world for that act. So rather than becoming a king, he became one of the great men in history.